We got to come out and play aggressive and play to win tonight. We're the number one seed. We got to act like it.
I believe a lot of the traditional people will like it to see us going the other way around.
We try to base ourselves on who can have the longest run and who can sustain the blow for blow.
It is definitely going to be an interesting race and a fun race for all the fans that come out.
This is Fox 59 Sports Overtime.
The concept of basketball and motorsports here in central Indiana isn't exactly a foreign concept in May. In fact, we refer to it with this catchy phrase, Pacers and Racers, when the open wheel activity at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway coincides with a blue and gold playoff run. But in 2014, this common pairing has a little bit of a twist. Good evening, I'm Larry Halling, and thanks for tuning in to Fox 59 Sports Overtime. Here's what we'll have for you tonight. The Pacers are in Game 3 of their first round series against the Wizards. Time permitting, we'll have highlights. And we'll take a look at the qualifying for the inaugural Grand Prix of Indianapolis, a new addition to May. Longtime motorsports journalist and FoxSports.com writer Bruce Martin will be here to break it down. Plus, we'll check in with the Indy 11, Indians, Ice, and of course, the random highlight. And
I have 5 picks, so it's not like, I can offer up a whole lot.
the Colts didn't see fit to move into the first round, so would Ryan Grigson finally get a chance to make a selection in the second and third this evening? Well, you can find out a little bit later. But for now, we begin at 16th in Georgetown. The first qualifying session for the inaugural Grand Prix of Indianapolis was christened, as many events of the Speedway have been, with precipitation. The rains were on and off during the hour-and-a-half qualifying session by the IndyCar drivers this afternoon. Track pretty wet all day, as you can see, many deciding to put on some rain tires to try to help out. It dried a bit for the Fast 6 qualifying, and take a look at that number 17 car. You will want to remember it. Things were clean in that session up until Ryan Hunter-Reay got loose in turn 14. He gets around and then watch him smack the wall pretty hard. It actually brought an end to the session and a bit of a surprise winner. Sebastian Saavedra captures the pole for the Grand Prix of Indianapolis with a time just under 1 minute and 24 seconds. Our Chris Hagan has more on this historic yet soggy qualifying session.
Larry, an unpredictable day of qualifying here at the Speedway. 3 rounds to capture the pole for the inaugural Grand Prix of Indianapolis, and it's Sebastian Saavedra taking P1 for the first time in his IndyCar career. Tell you what, man, we started with you bright and early. Now here you are on the pole for the first ever event. How excited are you?
Man, I was pissed at you because you made me wake up early, but making me wake up early every single day of the month. Great way to start the month. Very excited. As we spoke, it was going to be very unpredictable. But we kept calm. We just made the right decisions every step of the way, and here we are.
Qualifying 1 was dry, qualifying 2 was wet, and qualifying 3 was really wet. So, really interesting day. We had a, good car in the dry, really good car on blacks, and then really good car on reds as well. And, that kind of translated over to the wet tyres as well.
Fast 6 qualifying cut short when Ryan Hunter-Reay lost it and made contact with the wall.
It's always like that in the wet, pretty much anywhere that you go. When you end up putting on the Firestone rain tires, they do a great job dispersing the water, but there's some standing water out there. I certainly found it in 4th gear, and it just came around like a top. So it's part of it in the wet. You're always on a fine line between getting that lap and throwing it off.
So despite that accident in qualifying, Ryan Hunter-Reay will still roll off 3rd for the Grand Prix tomorrow. At the Speedway, Chris Hagan, Fox 59 Sports.
Thanks, Chris. Saavedra not the only surprise in the top 5. Rookie James Hawksworth comes in with a 2nd place finish. Hunter-Reay still finished 3rd even after the wreck. Pagenaud and Power rounding out the top 5. The back of the top 10 has some familiar names. Montoya is interesting because he'll now take part in his 3rd different Speedway event. Defending 500 champion Tony Kanaan will start the Grand Prix in 9. Of course, they'll all race tomorrow at 3:30 p.m., rain or shine, as we saw today. Of course, a major adjustment has to be made in order to do that. And it starts with the bottom of the cars, with the tires to be specific. And for Firestone, getting the right set for an ever-changing IMS course presents its challenges. The longtime manufacturer heavily tested for the first Indianapolis GP. They say they will use the same types and amounts of tires that they would use during IndyCar's stop in Mid-Ohio. But as you saw today with the rain, a set of tires are ready for that too. A first for IndyCar at the Speedway, in fact. So what's interesting about these specific tires? Here's Senior Project Engineer Kara Adams to tell us all about them.
These are new rain tires. They were designed by our engineers in Akron, and we designed this tire to be more of an intermediate tire. We actually developed this new rain tire using a lot of technology, including finite element analysis, computational fluid dynamics, and several other different programs. The tire actually evacuates the water from the center of the contact patch. There are these tread channels that actually take the water away, and that allows drivers to have more grip in the wet conditions.
Now, if precipitation falls, it won't be the first time an inaugural event has had to deal with some rain. Two recent examples are tonight's Larry's Look Back. In 2008, the cyclists of MotoGP were greeted by a nasty post-hurricane rain and windstorm. The riders were pushed all over the course, yet still completed. Valentino Rossi came home with the win. Grand-Am drivers were greeted with the same when they came to the Speedway for Super Weekend in 2012. Heavy rains pushed through the area, yet despite a delay, all the events that were scheduled got finished. And of course, if rain or shine, you want to see some more racing, come back right here to Fox 59 on Saturday night. The Sprint Cup drivers are in Kansas for a 500-miler under the lights. NASCAR on Fox's coverage begins at 7 p.m.
I think we do got a first-round pick, and that's me. When it comes down to it, you know, they spent their money on me as far as first round.
The trade for Trent Richardson in 2013, and in fact, the Colts have just 5 picks. Was that the reason the Colts were out of the first round? Ryan Grigson said it's so, but he finally got a shot to pick tonight in the second round. Former Colts receiver Marvin Harrison tells us who it is.
The 59th pick in the 2014 NFL Draft, the Indianapolis Colts select Jack Mewhort, guard, Ohio State.
Nice job, Marvin. He makes the selection of the Buckeyes offensive tackle official. He was a 3-year starter for the Buckeyes on the line and was a part of the team's 24-game win streak. Mewhort was a popular first and second team All-American selection in 2013. Cody Latimer ended up being the second-round selection in this NFL draft. The former IU receiver taken by the Denver Broncos with the 56th pick. Latimer had 72 catches for 9 touchdowns last season. Now, coming up after the break, we'll turn our attention back to the track. Talk with FoxSports.com's Bruce Martin about the happenings at the Speedway this week. That will include a discussion about Kurt Busch, his try at a pretty remarkable feat. More on his attempt for the double next on Fox 59 Sports Overtime.